All right, we're here with Coach Jack Parker, the BU men's ice hockey team. And Coach, first things first, going into the season, you've got the targets on your back. How do you prepare for the season when you're going to the season as defending champs? You have the targets on your back. Everyone's going to be gunning for you.
Well, I think we understand that, and it all depends on what happens after the first game. Because if we lose to UMass, then nobody will be gunning for us as much. What happened last year doesn't mean anything except the opening game, I guess. Preseason polls and former championships don't win the games this year, and we will find out what type of team we have after the first 5 games. When you look at that schedule and see who we are, we could be 0-5 and nobody's thinking anything about BU, or we could be 3-2, and I'll be very happy with that schedule. So we're playing a lot of good teams right off the bat, and we'll get a good test. And I think that's good for us. We need to have a good measuring sticks right off the bat to see who we are. There's a long way to go after those 5 games, but that'll be a good measuring stick for us.
Speaking of the season, again, playing at Madison Square Garden, playing at Fenway, you'll be at TD Bank North, a couple of times. How does that feel? Especially Fenway. Talk about that. And just you guys are very fortunate to be playing at a number of great arenas. So how does that feel, Coach?
And let's not forget the Garden. We sell out the Garden every year for the Beanpot and for the Hockey East Championships. Just playing in this building is real exciting for our team. Knowing you're going to play in this building is fabulous. And then we get the added bonus of playing at Fenway Park, playing at Madison Square Garden. We've sold that building out as well, like we did 2 years ago. There'll be 18,200 people down there. There'll be 35,000, the largest crowd either BU or BC has ever played in front of. But I think the fact that it's at Fenway Park with 35,000 is something we'll remember the rest of our lives. So I know I will, and I know my players will. And I think all the fans will too.
Now going into the season, I know at one point you made a remark. Going into the season, will we see another goalie platoon situation again to start the year? Is Kieran going to be the starter, or are we going to be switching back and forth to Kieran and Grant again?
Well, we have 3 sophomore goalies because Adam Kraus didn't play at all last year, so he was a redshirt last year, and he's a good goaltender as well. So we'll see. I would like to be able to rotate two goalies for a little while here. I'd like to be able to do it the whole season. We planned on doing that last year at the beginning of the year. It worked out pretty well for the beginning. Then Rowie got hurt, and Kieran was playing every game and played terrific. And so it was hard to get him out of there. But even at the end of the year, when we played Rowie at the end of the year, he won the Hockey East regular season champion for us with a shutout. He looked pretty sharp at the end, and I'm sure that we'll get guys that 2 of those guys will play a lot this year, I think. I don't think it'll have to be Kieran carrying the load and somebody getting 4 games. I think somebody else will get a good bunch of games this year.
Now, last question, Coach. You got a very, very good recruiting class coming in. Wade Meegan was drafted, Alex Keeson was drafted. Of course, Kieran was also drafted. So, how do you feel about your recruiting class coming into the season? Any players to watch?
Yeah, obviously we gave them scholarships, so we recruited them and had them walk on, and we're very, very happy with our guys. To this day, it remains to be seen how they work out, not just the first month or the first 5 months, but how they work out in their 4-year career here. We are pleased with what we had. We filled in with what we needed to get as far as the number of forwards, the number of defensemen. In all probability, the 2 guys that will on paper make the biggest impact right off the bat will be forward Alex Chiasson, who is a very, very solid player, and we think he's got a chance to play in the first 2 lines. Max Nicastro, the defenseman that we thought was coming last year because we thought Gilroy was going to sign. He is taking Gilroy's spot, but he took it a year later, that's all. We expect him to be important to us, but we've got other freshmen that could wind up being better than those 2 guys. Who knows? On paper, all of them look like they can fill roles for us, and it all remains to be seen whether those guys will step over some sophomores who are looking to get more ice time this year too.
Thank you, Coach, and good luck this season.